no van a tener para continuar con su educación, para aquellos, como dijo Pamela, de que le han deportado a sus familias y han dejado a sus hijos. Entonces es algo que
es lo mismo caminar, varios mismo en nuestro mismo caminar.
Nunca conocen. A las 4 o 5 de la mañana entran los emigrantes tocando las puertas, en cuanto la abren se meten sin pedir permiso ni nada, con el pretexto que andan buscando a los criminales, pero se llevan a los trabajadores, emigrantes, trabajadores del campo que no han hecho ningún crimen en Estados Unidos. El único crimen es que quieren trabajar, quieren sobresalir. Así como yo lo hice, trabajo para el condado yo en Fresno, California, llevo 8 años allí y me puse a ir al colegio y así quiero ver a muchos más inmigrantes. Gracias a Dios, con la reforma del 86, en la amnistía, mi madre pudo arreglar papeles y arreglarnos a mí y a mis 5 hermanas. Ahora es lo que estamos pidiendo, que se pueda y que se haga otra vez para que esas familias que están aquí ahorita hagan lo mismo que hice yo. Y sí se puede, señores y señoras. Acuérdense de eso. Gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I've lived in this country without documentation for almost 17 years, since flying in from the Philippines in 1990. Some might say that I'm stealing a deserving student's spot at the university, but I've earned my right to be there. I've studied hard since I was very young and even graduated third in my high school class of 500. I've been able to maintain a 3.4 GPA at Davis and have been extensively involved in a cardiology lab. My lab work involving ion channels in the heart has helped me to become a published scientist in the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. But, thank you. My parents and I have struggled to pay my tuition, and my studies demand a significant amount of my time, so that I don't have much time to work. I have been able to do odd jobs here and there, like doing yard work and cleaning houses to help pay for my tuition quarter after quarter. However, this fall I'll be graduating, but I still don't have my legal status, so that means I can't get a job in the biotechnology industry to make use of my hard-earned genetics degree, and my prospects for graduate school are doubtful at best, since I've exhausted my funds to finish up school in Davis. If I had proper documentation, I can't pursue a PhD in immunology and contribute to our nation's academic pool. Our nation's immigration system has far too many holes in it to not have an avenue for young bright minds like myself from contributing to the country we've grown up to call home. There must be something wrong when my parents are legal tax-paying residents while their son can't get the financial aid that their tax money has been paying for so many years. Today's immigration problems are not just Mexican issues, nor are they Filipino issues. There are people from all over the world that have come to the United States to achieve their dreams through their hard work and academics. Help me achieve my dreams by urging your local House representative to support the Development, Relief, and Education for Alien Minors Act, otherwise known as the Federal DREAM Act. But here in California, we have a temporary solution, which is the California DREAM Act. Last year, the governor vetoed this bill that would have allowed me to receive financial aid along with many of my other deserving undocumented student friends. Whether you are but here in California, oh man, I'm freaking out. Alright, whether you are for or against the proposed immigration laws is not important. What is important is that you showed up today, and that means you want to deal with this ever-problematic issue now. Slavery was once a law. Women not being able to vote was once a law. Laws are meant to be changed and reevaluated upon with changing times. One of those times is now. We cannot afford to procrastinate and put off this issue any longer. America must look at itself now and decide once again what its true values are.
Federal disaster zones. It's an injustice that the declaration took 2 months. By the time we were in February, end of February, President Bush finally declared the area as federal disaster zones. The food supplies were on their way, yet it takes 30 days to implement whatever system they're going to implement, so we still had to wait an additional 30 days or so. As soon as that initiated, a lot of people were already, and I got to give credit to
Okay, vamos, we're gonna actually, Quetzal is gonna play right after Assembly Member, Speaker.
First, I'll say something brief in English. Primero digo algo breve en inglés y luego en español. Primeramente, déjenme decirles a todos los grupos que están aquí representando a Chirla, bienvenidos a Sacramento. Están en su casa y en mi oficina, que es la oficina del presidente de la Asamblea, ahí tienen su casa. Let me just say to all of you from Chirla that I wanted to come by and welcome you to Sacramento. Chirla is a great organization. You talk about a coalition of groups that fight each and every day to make sure that immigrants have their rightful place here in California, but also across the nation. The impact that you're having on the immigration debate is amazing. Chirla is at the forefront of making sure that the voice of immigrants is heard each and every day in California and in this country, and for that you deserve a lot of credit, all of you that are here today. Secondly, let me say to you that we're in a fight in California, a fight for 6.5 million people that don't have access to health care. And we're working very hard to make sure that first and foremost, if you're a child in California, the only document that I care about with respect to your health is a document that says that you have a clean bill of health. All children deserve access to universal health care in this state. And secondly, that every person in California deserves access to health care. And that's why we're pushing very hard this year to pass a health care bill for California that makes sense, that looks for ways to reduce the cost of health care, and that says to the insurance companies, it's time for them to put a little bit more money on the table for health care and less money for to fill their pockets with profits. And we're going to work very hard to see to it that we get health care reform in California this year, thanks to all your hard work and everyone else's. And then last but not least, let me tell you one thing about immigration reform. This is the type of immigration reform that we need. Reform that recognizes the contributions of immigrants. Reform that says that you come to this country, you work, and you help build upon the economy of this nation. We ought to give priority to you and your family so that we can reunite families through an immigration reform. That'll be the first priority. And yeah, we need to have better